Just few minutes trying to set up. Just trying to set up. Okay. All right. So I think that works. So let me just share the link on the WhatsApp group. Just trying to set up. Okay. WhatsApp. All right. So I think that works. So let me just share the link on the WhatsApp group. Okay, live stream here. WhatsApp. That works. Okay, so I've shared the link to the WhatsApp group. So we'll just get started in a bit. All right, so let me share my screen. Desktop. Share. So confirm when you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know. So you can drop a chat to say you see my screen, or you can mute to let me know if you are seeing my screen so we can get started. Okay, so I have a chat here. I can see it. All right, so I believe everyone else can see it. So we just get started. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. You're welcome to our third webinar. Let me minimize this. Welcome to our third webinar in our series of webinars, just to give some perspective on the WTech Hub Web Development Internship Cohort 2, starting on the 14th of September 2024 up till 14th of October 2024. Right. So sorry, I won't be sharing my video because I don't have sufficient lighting here. So we'll just move on, right? Okay, so my name is Ifyo Kinyang. Just a little about myself. Full stack developer at KBL Technologies. So these are my skill sets: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React JS, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, Git and GitHub, API integration, MongoDB, that's for database, PostgreSQL, MySQL, Node.js, ExpressJS, Equalize, and Mongoose, Docker, Nest.js, REST API, Type ORM, WordPress, cPanel, and web hosting. So that's actually my tech stack, right? So moving forward, so we actually have a vision, right? So WTech Hub has this vision, right? We want to empower 5,000 young people to be self-employed and employers of labor with high-valued web development skills, thereby setting them up for higher aspirations in their tech career by 2029, right? So that's actually the vision. Because we understand that the problem is imminent. The problem of unemployment, the problem of graduates finishing school, not having jobs, not being able to be placed, and all of that, because of gross unemployment, as we all know, happening all around, not only in Nigeria, in other countries, right? So We are looking forward to bridging this gap because we don't just want to train people from this internship and at the end of the day, they go looking for jobs again. That's not the plan. So the plan is that would set you up for success, would set you up for financial freedom by empowering you with the skills that you require. So this is high valued web development skills. It's high valued because um, you can earn as much as $1,000, right? You can charge your client as much as $1,000, even more, depending on your level of professionalism and also depending on your strategy, right? The branding strategy, that's your how you're able to sell yourself at the end of the day as a web developer, right? So that's actually what we want to achieve in this in this internship and also as a company, as an academy, right? So let's move on to the next slide. So going down to the internship structure, right? So of course you've seen on our flyers, we've said that we have this internship, free internship beginning on the 14th of September 2024 to 14th October 2024, and we've said that it is free. Yes, it is free. So however, the internship is in two parts. So the first part is a free 1 month internship, which will be starting as scheduled, right? Then the part B is the paid advanced masterclass, which is going to last for 3 months, just immediately after the free 1 month internship, right? So that's the package of this internship. That's the structure. That's how it's going to go. Free 1 month internship. After that, there's a paid advanced masterclass. Right. So what will you learn in the first part of this internship, which is the free one? So of course, you're going to learn web development with HTML and CSS. We'll get to know what is HTML. Maybe you've been hearing what really is it, gets to we'll dive deep into it so that you understand the concept. And beyond understanding the concept, you're able to have a hands-on practical experience. I know while going through the questions that, the more like the introduction format that I dropped on the group chat, and I requested people to, to write whatever questions that they have around the internship. So I remember seeing one of the questions that was around, are we going to be taught just theory, or is there going to be practical? So just to mention that everything here is practical. This is not another university where you would come and or most universities where you would go and it's just more of theories, right? And maybe few practicals. This one is hands-on from the beginning. Of course, you'll be setting up your Visual Studio Code. That's what we are going to be using for coding, right? Set up your Visual Studio Code. I'll show you how to set it up. And we're actually going to start with HTML, go into CSS, and be able to give some designs, make it look good, right? That's what the CSS does. So we're also going to domain name and web hosting. We would go into different, web hosting platforms that are available, what they offer, and all of that. Domain names, what are domain names? Yeah, maybe you must have been hearing what a domain name is. So how does the domain name system work, right? When you enter www.yourdomain.com, what happens? Where does it go? What's the connection? How does it bring up the HTML files? How does it bring up the images and everything? What's that link? What's that connection? How does it work? So under this domain name and web hosting, we are going to explore that. Introduction to WordPress, of course. WordPress is a content management system. It's actually a low code. You could call it a low code tool, or you can call it a no code tool, right? Low code in the sense that there's still avenue for you to write some codes, right? You could still edit the WordPress templates. You can put in your own HTML. You can, putting your own CSS, target a particular element, style it the way you want, and all of that. So it's low code, it's equally no code, right? No code because you could actually build your sites using that whatever template you want to use, or say you want to just do drag and drop. That's for a bare template, right? A bare WordPress site. You want to drag and drop everything from beginning to end. Maybe you already have a format, right? You're already looking at how the style will be. So you can start up with an empty template. You could equally start up with a template that has already been prepared in the field or in the area or in the niche that you want to design that website for, right? So introduction to WordPress will do that. Then we also have a live project. So at the end of the day, or at the end of this 1 month free internship, you should be able to work on a tribute page, right? That's the plan. You work on a tribute page, then I'll equally show you how to host it. Right. Then we also have portfolio building. So portfolio building is that from the beginning of the class, of course, you'll be required to put in more like, what did you learn today? You have to put it on your social media handles and pages and all of that. Then at the end, you submit the link, right, to give some sense of accountability for the learning process, right? So go to the next slide. So what will you need for the class? You're going to need a laptop, right? You're going to need power source. Although for this number 1 point, talking about laptop, someone also asks, can you use a phone? Yeah, so what I want to say is that for this internship, this free 1 month internship phase, you can use a phone. However, if you can use a laptop, it is highly encouraged to make use of a laptop so that you will have the best learning experience. Because when you get to use phone, what you'll be doing is that you are going to be, shuttling between applications. You would have to minimize one application, get to the other, type some code, come back, get back there and all of that. So that might seem cumbersome and may not allow that, free flow of learning, right? So we strongly encourage you make use of a laptop, although I'm still going to show for those who still are willing, right, really want to learn this skill and probably they don't have a laptop and they want to use their phones. I'm still going to show you how there are online code editors that you can use. You type in your HTML, type in your CSS, and you see your output, right? So that's also possible. So we also have power source, internet connectivity, of course. Full participation is actually required. If you want to get the best from this class, which I want every one of us to get the best from this class, then I encourage you to participate fully. You're going to make sacrifices. It's just 1 month. That's for the free internship. But if you put in the needed resources, the efforts, the consistency, and all of that, you are definitely going to see results at the end of the day, right? So we encourage full participation, prudent time management, and just to mention for the participation that we're also streaming live on YouTube, which I have said, I've said that before, and just to repeat. So we also will stream there. So just in case you miss any class, so you could always go back, and we'll also share the links, right? Share the link to the class, or we'll also share the link to the YouTube channel. So you just get the link to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it. So anytime we come live, you say you were not, for example, you were not on Zoom, and maybe you're on your phone with your data on, and we come up live, definitely you're going to receive a notification. So when you subscribe to the channel, you equally turn on the notification bell so that anytime we come up, you would have that notification. You can click on it, follow the class via YouTube. You could equally always watch later just in case you can't meet up with the class, right? So we also have prudent time management and consistency. These are things that you need for success. So this is actually the class schedule, right? For the free 1 month internship. So you'll be required to commit 8 hours per week for the 4 weeks that the class is going to run. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, For those 3 days, it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. West African time, or 1800 hours to 2000 hours. Then Saturday is going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's till noon. So that's 10 hours to 1200 hours. So this is the time we are going to work with, or this is how it's going to look like, 8 hours per week, right? Okay, so talked about assessment, um, being able to post on your social media handles to say, this is what I learned today. I learned HTML. This is what HTML is. Just like a short article around what you learned for that day. You, of course, attach an image and, you're able to tag WTech Hub. That's for LinkedIn. And for every other social media page, you can tag, um, maybe tech institutions. You can, tag your friends, let them get to see that you are learning a new skill, right? Then at the end of the day, you'd be able to submit that on a Google form that will be required, that will be provided for you. Okay, so that's that for the free internship class. So we now have the master class. The master class seems to me to be the most interesting part of this whole conversation. Although we are still going to learn a lot in the free 1 month internship, yeah. So, but going to the master class, like I said, um, you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to be fully equipped with all that is required to be a stand-alone web developer, where you could be looking for your clients by yourself. Would show you all of that, platforms you could use, and pricing strategies, marketing strategies, branding yourself, and all of that. So we deep dive into WordPress development, responsive web design, then for domain names, right? So domain names are not free, right? So let me just show you for a moment. Let me just show you. Okay, so let's just make an example, right? So let's say, let me just show you namecheap.com. Okay, so namecheap.com. Okay, so I want to go to home. Sorry. Okay, so I have these things disturbing me. Okay, so namecheap.com. Okay, so let's go from here. All right, so Namecheap is a web hosting platform. So let's just say, for example, maybe you want to get a domain like say let's just say your domain, right? Your domain is just an example, right? So yourdomain.com. So you search for it to get to know if it's available, if it has been taken, and also to know how much it costs, right? Okay. So it has been registered. Okay. So let's just choose another name. So let's say example domain, right? Example domain.com. Okay. Okay. So that one also has been taken. So let me just say XYZ. I'm not sure XYZ will be taken. Let's just say xyzdomain.com. Wow. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. I just want to show you example XYZ, my wisdom. I'm not sure this domain name is taken. Okay, so this is available xyzmywisdom.com, right? So you see the price, right? $10.28 per year. And you can retail it at this amount and all of that. So basically this is the cost, and you could also see others, right? xydmywisdom.com, it shows you it's $10. Do you see .net of it is $12, .ai $79, $7.48 per year. xyzmywisdom.io, you buy it at $44.98 per year, right? So these domain names come at a cost and they are not free. So, but in the master class, definitely we're going to give you a free domain name, free web hosting. So let's look back at namecheap.com, right? Just to show you the plans for the hosting. All right, so we have hosting. Let me see, shared hosting. So let's say shared hosting. Right. So shared hosting is just like, you are hosting with other people, different websites being hosted on the same server, right? So you are sharing the hosting. It's not dedicated. Some are dedicated. If you pay for dedicated, then it means you really have something heavy. Yeah. And most of the times that's not the case. So, but this is shared hosting, right? So you see the different pricings. So this Stellar plan goes for $1.98 per month. Popular Stellar Plus go for $2.98. And when you look at it for 1 year, you know how much, right? That would be around $36 dollars per year. And these are the things these are the benefits, right? So it tells you that you pay $34.88 for 1 year and you renew at $68.88 for the following year, right? So these are just sample pricing of hostings. You could also check other platforms, maybe like GoDaddy. If you check GoDaddy pricing. So you are also going to see let me see. Okay, so let's check this out. Let me see their pricing here. So best for getting the perfect domain name. Prices starting at $0.19 per year. Okay, so hosting, that's where I'm going to. So do you see how what their hosting looks like? Managed WordPress, $8.99 per year. Web hosting fully customizable with cPanel and all of that. $4.99 this per month, right? So yeah, but in the master class, right, you're going to get free web hosting. So beyond the free web hosting, you're also going to get cPanel. Of course, cPanel is actually a tool or a set of tools, right, where you get to manage your web hosting and your domain. Yeah, you also get to, host your emails, right? You can create business emails and host them on your cPanel. So we also would give for the master class, we also give unlimited business emails creation at no cost. So let me just explain to you briefly how this is going to work. Unlimited business emails creation. So let me show you Zoho, right? So Zoho is actually a platform that's, is one of the platforms that gives email. They have email services, right? So you can host your email with Zoho, and from there you'd be able to, set it up on your phone and be able to send correspondence and receive, right? So from what you can see here, you see that for a user per month. So say you have a domain name, maybe www. Like that domain name we used, xyzmywisdom.com, for example. So you know that maybe you want to create an email, maybe, for example, info@yourdomainname.com. So it's telling you here that you're going to pay 416 Naira per user per month, right? That's how you are being billed. And you're going to have a space of 5 gig for this single user. Okay, so depending on the number of emails that your client is looking at, maybe it's looking at 10 emails and all of that. So if you go through this route, so you go through this path, this is actually what you are going to pay. So you multiply this by the number of emails that your client needs you to create. So this is what Zoho does. However, if you go to cPanel, let's still go there because I talked about free, getting free email service at no cost. So it's unlimited, right? So let's do this. I want to show you how. Just immediately you subscribe to a hosting plan, right? You have that access. And remember, when you are charging your clients, definitely you're going to charge your clients for domain name, right? You charge your clients for web hosting. Of course, the website you create, you are going to host it somewhere. So you charge your clients for hosting, right? But in that hosting, you actually have access to create unlimited emails depending on the plan that you choose. So I'm using Namecheap. So let me just log into my dashboard so that I can show you exactly what we are talking about. I have some domain names here which I manage. So let's go to the cPanel just to show you quickly. So it's trying to redirect to cPanel. Yeah, so this is how the cPanel looks like, just in case you are seeing this for the first time. So you can see here tools. Got a lot of tools to work with. So I want to take you to email, right? So email account. So this is my hosting, right? I already have a hosting with Namecheap and this is my account. So I have a couple of domain names, as you can see, and these are the emails I've already created. So mind you, these emails, I created them for free because I already have a hosting, right? So the hosting brings unlimited email creation. You can manage your emails from here, but just remember that you could equally charge your clients per email because Zoho gives that service to say you are going to pay $1 for one email per month, right? So you could equally charge your own clients, maybe 0 points. For example, say $0.5 per email per month. Remember, that's per email per month. So if he has up to 10 emails, of course, that's going to be $5 per email per month. That's just for one client. So you multiply it by, the 12 months that's 1 year, right? So you know how that comes up. So this creates. So when you try to create an email, so it asks you for the domain, right? I have a lot of domains here. So you can choose any of the domains that you want to create the email against. Then from there, you enter the emails, username, maybe info at yourdomain.com, right? You can set password. Then under optional settings. So remember that when we were looking at Zoho, it said they can give you 5 gig for a user per month. The other option is 10 gig, which will definitely pay more. But if you come here to your cPanel, right, so you're going to have unlimited. So this one says 250. This is the default. So you can change it. Do you see? There's MB, there's gigabytes, right? You can change it to 250 gig. It will still go. Or you can change it to unlimited, right? So unlimited, the clients just, the client will just keep using it. So you're even offering a greater service than Zoho if you are to compare the pricing, right? So this is also an additional way to make income from your client. All right, so let's go back. Let me see. No, skip. All right. So unlimited business emails creation at no cost. So that's what I just explained. We also have expert session with a UK-based Upwork expert, right? So Upwork is a place where you are able to sell yourself, sell your skill to say, okay, I'm a WordPress developer. That's when you finish the masterclass at the end of the day, you'd want to showcase your skill to say, oh, I'm a WordPress developer. This is what I can do. These are my skills. This is how much I charge per hour. Because on Upwork, you charge per hour, right? So this is how much I charge per hour. And you would also get to see a place where people come up on like recruiters or people who just need their websites built, or maybe they want to collaborate or whatever. They would come to to give advertisement to say, okay, I need a WordPress developer that would work on a project for 1 month. This is the title, this is the description of the project. Then from there, you just get into putting your proposal, right? Yeah, so this UK-based Upwork expert is going to be with us during the master class to teach us best practices, how he succeeded, because that's actually how he succeeded. He's actually a software developer, right? He works with WordPress, React, AWS, and he's really skilled. So he's going to bring his experience, going to tell us his journey, his story, and also give us best practices on how you could, um, position yourself on Upwork for, clients, trust from clients, and, being able to get jobs from there. So we also have an expert session on SEO, that's search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is actually very critical to creating websites that will be able to be visible, right? So there are different search engines like Google, Bing, and all of that. So you would want that when somebody enters a phrase relating to your website or relating to what you do, you actually want your website to be one of those ones that will crawl, to the user on the first page of Google search. So that's actually very critical and important. So there'll be an expert session on search engine optimization with also an SEO expert coming to take us on that. So that's really going to be incredible. So how to sell yourself as a developer. So like I said, we are not training people to go and look for jobs at the end of the day. I know people ask questions like, would there be job opportunities and all of that. So just to give that orientation, we are not training people to look for jobs. We are training people to look for clients, build their product for them, satisfy them, and you'll be able to get your money. And just to mention also, the money for a web developer is not just one time. It's not just a one-time fee, as a WordPress, developer, because learning the skill of, WordPress, web hosting, domain name, cPanel, business emails. So you are prepared, right? You have been equipped with all the skills that you require to work, to work solo. Yeah, so only you can get a client's website, work on it, depending on the magnitude of what the client requires, right? Depending on client's requirement, you can work on it and you'd be able to host it. So just to also let you know that there are yearly renewals, right? Domain names are being renewed every year. Web hosting is actually being renewed every year. So it means that these recurring costs that your client will have to pay you more year after year, right? So at that same point, you would now also put in your service fee, right? Say a client just needs you to build a site where it will just to have a professional outlook, to make his brand visible, to say, oh, I have a website that shows that this is what I do. I do XYZ, right? So you can build it. Maybe he doesn't want you to be uploading pictures every time. He just wants to have that professional image through his website, meaning that you are going to charge, you would build the website once, and you may not necessarily need to change anything because he just wants a website that would be there, right? So, but definitely, even with that, since there are recurring costs that he has to cover or he has to take care of yearly, like domain name renewal, web hosting renewal, you could also charge him for, the email renewal, right? Although you got it free with the web hosting. So you could charge him, right? Then you also bring in your service fee at the end of the day because you are the one that will do the renewal. So all these things are in dollars. So you equally put your service fee in dollars and you charge your client. However, you also need to let your client know from the beginning that there are recurring costs so that he wouldn't just build the site or she and probably think that that's all. You need to let the person know that, oh, these recurring costs that will be happening year after year. They just need to pay once a year. So just imagine you have just at the minimum, maybe starting out at the minimum, say you have like 12 clients, for example, right? That you've satisfied, you've built their site and all of that. So it means you have that recurring cost that's going to come every year. And definitely your service fee also comes per client, right? And remember, something like Namecheap, the plan I showed you, Stellar Plus, right? For Stellar Plus, where you it gives you unlimited hosting. So let me just show you Stellar Plus. Namecheap, namecheap.com, Stellar Plus. I want to show you that. Let me show you. So do you see this Stellar Plus, right? $2.98 per month. As you can see, you would see unlimited website. Do you see? Unlimited website. So with this unlimited, so you can pay for this Stellar Plus that gives you the room for unlimited website. And as many clients that come to you, you will continue to use this same hosting for that client. However, you are going to charge the client for this hosting separately. So let's say you've used one client to be able to get this unlimited website plan, and you get another client and you equally charge that client for web hosting. However, you've already gotten the hosting, the plan that gives you unlimited website chance or opportunity. And with that, you just collect you charge your client for web hosting. Another client comes, you equally charge for web hosting and other things. So all of that still comes down to one single web hosting that you have purchased once, right? And you will keep charging different clients that come because you need to charge for web hosting. If after building their website, where would the website be hosted in, right? So each website or each client will be charged web hosting fee, but you've already covered that in one client, right? Your interface with one client. So you actually have other clients and, you can make a lot of money, right? Through this hosting, emails and all of that. In fact, like I said, if you are really good, you can make up to $1,000 monthly. Monthly. Depends on your professionalism, depends on your, strategy with your clients. All right. So how to sell yourself as a developer. So at the end of the master class, we also build an e-commerce website. That's going to be the project for the master class. We'll build an e-commerce website with payment integration. So whatever integration, maybe, of course, there are different payment platforms, Paystack, Stripe, PayPal, and the rest. So we are going to show you how to do that integration, right? Then business part of web development, we've talked about it, and also at the end, certificate. So some people asked, are we going to get certificates at the end of the training? Yes, you're going to get the certificate. However, that certificate is going to come in the master class, right? So, yeah, so I think that's that. Okay, so at this point, we're going to give room for question and answers. And just to mention that the master class actually goes for 25,000 naira, which is equivalent to $16, right? So that's actually very cheap. It's actually a very cheap one for the skills you are going to learn and what you would become in 2025, because the whole plan of this class coming up at this time is to launch into 2025 with a high valued skill and also with entrepreneurial skills where you would begin to sell yourself as a developer and just continue to earn right? So it's the earning is continuous and you're going to earn in dollars. So this is just more like very little sacrifice. You could pay your time, your money, all of that resources, consistency, your effort, determination to succeed. All of that, when you bring it together, you would only look back, right? And you would just be thankful that you took this bold step. Yeah. So we leave the room for question and answers at this point. So let me know if there are any questions. You can put them on the chat box. You could equally unmute and speak. We'll take your questions. I hope you are still here. Okay, Deborah, please go ahead. Sorry, I can't hear you, Deborah, if you are speaking. Okay.
There's a question in the chat box asking when the masterclass is starting.
Okay, yeah. So I just saw that, yeah. So the masterclass is starting in October, right? Right immediately after the free class. That will be a week after. So the free class is ending on the 14th of October. So the master class would start tentatively on the 21st of October. We are going to give more details about the master class during the free class, right? Okay. So my question is, how much is the master class? So I've said it, the master class is 25,000 naira. 25,000 naira, which is equivalent to $16, right? That's for the whole 3 months, not per month, for the whole 3 months, right? So it's something that is a rare opportunity to grab for the 3 months, right? That's October, November, December. So 25K once, just once, and that covers the master class. All right. Any other questions?
Will there be need to make any other payment along the way or buy any other thing or something?
No. There's no other thing you are buying. There's no hidden charge, no hidden fee, whatever. So, like I said, sorry, let me just stop sharing and share again. So like I said, of course, you're gonna get the hosting for free. Let me see. You get free domain name, you get free web hosting, unlimited business email creation, all at that 25K. So there's no hidden charge, there's nothing that will come up later that we've not said now and all of that. So yeah. Okay, so next question says, is the certificate a certificate of course completion? That's certificate of participation or a certified certificate? Wow, certified certificate. That's interesting. So let me try to interpret it. Is a certificate of course completion? Yeah, of course, it is. Everyone that attends the master class and follows through would have a certificate. You are entitled to a certificate, right? However, we are also going to have a project at the end of, we are going to build an e-commerce website together. All of us will participate, but there will also be a project for you at the end of the master master class. But just know that by enrolling in the master class, that gives you access to that certificate. But at the same time, you also need to attend classes. You wouldn't just pay that money. Of course, you'd be doing yourself a disservice to just pay that money just because you want certificate. Maybe you're not present in the class, learning with us, following up on what we are doing. You will just be doing yourself a disservice. But by enrolling in the master class, of course, you have automatic access to certificate of completion. Yeah. Any more questions? Mm, okay. So if there are no more questions, I think we'd end this webinar here. So I want to appreciate everyone for finding the time to join us in this webinar. Thank you very much. And we'll share the link for the second class. Remember, we actually have a second group, rather. We actually have two groups for now. First group is filled up as we know, but the second group is not. So would still share the link for the second group, and we implore you to, just keep sharing, let your friends know about this opportunity. Yeah, let your friends know about this opportunity, talk to someone, tell them about the internship, what is in it for them, right? So let's keep spreading the word to our friends.